Hi, I'm David. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to do kind of a brief update, and I have a laundry list of things I want to talk about that I learned this week in my research of YouTube, Google, and just reading stuff online. I wanted to share this because I thought some of this was interesting. I think this will be helpful for some, and I think it'll help show others that they are probably correct. So my diet this last week, I do a weekly post. I post usually every Sunday, and I like to update exactly what I did, what happened, and where I'm headed. So my diet this last week was mostly carnivore. I was eating animal-based products. A lot of burger patties, some eggs, some cheese, and such. That was mostly my diet. And while I don't expect eating that diet to immediately benefit me. I don't expect to feel immediately better, but I do kind of feel like I shouldn't be taking any steps back or significantly taking steps back, which is exactly what happened this week. So I had to get back online and do some research. Now, anybody who follows my channel knows that I've been obsessed with eating protein, flushing omega 6s out of my system, adding omega 3s, and magnesium. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with magnesium, but I just am. So that's definitely what my obsession has been in the last probably month, 2 months. So like I said, my last 7-day diet has been burger patties, eggs, maybe some butter, a tiny bit of carbs, very little carbs. I haven't been even eating fruit. I haven't been letting myself out of the cycle of eating mostly just meat, which I'm not against. Again, I'm happy about carnivore diet. I'm not against it. And I know some folks feel like that's too high in different kinds of fats and the carnivore diet isn't healthy, and I'm not going to disagree with that, but I also can't agree. I feel like it's the right thing for a lot of people in a lot of cases. But I've been having the worst problem with inflammation. And again, inflammation for me is the neuropathy in my hands gets worse. My eyesight gets worse or better, depending. I get really thirsty again, and I go to the bathroom 26 times a day. I mean, those are the skin on the back of my ears gets really like dry and crispy and kind of peels a lot. And I know that's maybe too much information, but I just want to be transparent so people know what I'm dealing with. But that's what inflammation, to me, that's how I know that I'm having terrible inflammation. And this week was really tough for me. So again, I had to do a bunch of research. So last week, I had bought a big old bag of frozen burger patties. I bought more eggs. I was planning on completely going carnivore. I actually didn't buy any fruit. I didn't buy really any vegetables. So I haven't eaten any broccoli this week, which I'm not against. I don't hate that. I'm not a huge fan of vegetables or broccoli in general, and I'm buying off on what online they say that vegetables are trying to kill us. I don't know that I totally believe that, but I get it. It makes sense. So this last week, I've been just eating carnivore, and I've had the worst case with inflammation. One of the things that I did add into my diet, which, I mean, I'm not saying that it was a bad thing, but it didn't do me well. I had bought this protein shake on from Walmart, and I tried to buy the plant protein shake, which was suggested here on the channel, but I accidentally bought a whey protein shake, which again, I'm just thinking protein, I'm just focused on protein. And somehow I bought the whey protein. And I will admit, it was delicious. It was good, but it caused me the worst inflammation ever. And I don't think it was actually just the protein, even though I know a lot of you guys are going to say, a lot of you folks are going to say that you warned me against anything outside of just eating, beef and eggs and cheese, which I definitely respect that. It makes sense. But I needed to try that protein because I need the protein. Sometimes it's difficult for me to even get to the kitchen and make food. It's difficult for me to make eggs because I can't get the stupid eggs out of the container. And then cracking eggs, I eat more shell than I do actually eggs. So the protein shake makes a lot of sense to me. Anyways, I started having all these inflammation problems, and I started, like I usually do, I get online, I start researching and trying to figure things out. Well, come to find out, whey protein, actually any meat-based or um, carnivore-based protein, is very acidic. And of course, our bodies are used to dealing with acid or alkalinity, but keeping the body pH pretty down the middle is pretty important. And I know that what I was eating, at least what Google says, everything that I was eating was very alkaline. And the more I ate it, the harder things became, and my days became more difficult, and just the inflammation just got worse and worse and worse until I had to try to figure out what the heck. So I think that eating all that meat, not eating any vegetables, set my or fruit for that matter, set my pH to be way more acidic and caused a lot of my inflammation. And I'm just going to read this to you guys because I think this is important. Higher incidence of diabetes, insulin resistance, or impaired glucose control have been found in subjects with elevated metabolic acid load markers. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm assuming that just means more acidic. So that was from Google. And some of the things that are acidic that I would have not really known is meat. Basically, everything carnivore is acidic. And it doesn't mean that I won't eat it. It just means that I have to balance it. I have to balance my pH with vegetables and fruits, I guess. And I actually was eating quite a bit of apples last week or even a week, 2 weeks ago. And it seemed that my inflammation was starting to slow down a little bit. So I think I just need to add apples and broccoli back into my diet and even out my pH. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. If you guys know more about acidic versus alkaline body, or what the chemistry in your body is, I'd be curious to hear anything that you know about that down in the comments, please. I'd appreciate it. And I'm going to thank you right now because I feel like the acidity in my body has been causing a major part of my chronic inflammation issues. So this week I also read this thing about how cocoa, which I love cocoa powder. I'm just going to say I love cocoa powder. But cocoa is a huge it makes your body, it floods your body with stem cells. And I had read, and I actually posted on this channel before, that green tea does the same thing. So I mixed green tea with cocoa powder. And I'm not going to lie, it was delicious. I put a little bit of sweetener in it. I put allulose sweetener in it. I put a little bit of half and half. And it was almost like a hot chocolate, but drinking it, I thought that I was benefiting my health. Well, come to find out, green tea and the caffeine in the green tea and the cocoa are both very acidic on top of all the problems that I've been having. It just accelerated my issues even more. So now I'm just wondering if 90% of all this problems that I've been having for the last 2 years, 3 years, maybe isn't because of the fats, the type of fat that I'm eating, or whether I'm carnivore, ketovore, or eating vegetables or meat or dairy or whatever. That may be part of my issue, but my problem may be whether I'm acidic or alkaline. So now I'm actually trying to eat more vegetables and fruits, and I'll probably still try to buy that plant-based protein powder because I feel like that's going to be a good problem solver for me if my stupid Walmart will ever stock the stuff again. Anyways, I thought this was interesting about this whole thing with acidic and alkaline. I think probably a lot of people deal with this. What people may not realize is that their body chemistry, whether they're acidic or alkaline, could actually be promoting insulin resistance and diabetic issue. But what I can definitely suggest is that if you are heavy on the acidic side and having inflammation issues, don't mix green tea with cocoa powder and think you're going to drink it and increase all your stem cells, because you may increase stem cells, but you're going to have like a major inflammation issue. So this week, I had a bag of carrots that I had bought a couple weeks ago. I ate 2 carrots this week, and I'm not going to lie, they were delicious. I never remembered how sweet carrots are. And I'm hoping these are probably like glyphosate, GMO carrots that are going to slowly kill me. But those 2 carrots were delicious. Kind of filled the gap of the apples that I had been eating, but I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. So one of the things that have positively happened this week is my eyesight is definitely changing again. Like individually, when I close my eye, then open my other eye, and then close that eye, like my eyesight is a little bit better. I'm able to read what's on the screen on my computer a little bit better. But when I focus by both my eyes together, it's not good. So I'm hoping that my 2 eyes come together and start working together again, and they'll sharpen up. Because now it's like when I'm reading my computer or I'm reading my phone, sometimes I have to close one eye because my eye doesn't see it right, and the other eye will pick it up and see it. So this week, the thing that I learned the most was this whole acidic and alkaline body thing. I thought that was very interesting, and I'm going to be testing out my own diet, and hopefully I'll get some benefit from it. Hopefully some folks that are watching this will have some input that'll make sense. But in the next few weeks, I'm definitely going to be eating a more pH balanced diet, and I will be eating a ton of meat. I need the protein. I'm still trying to buy that plant protein shake. If Walmart will ever get their shit together and stock it, I'll buy it. I hope this has been an interesting post. I hope you learned something, or I hope I helped somebody out with something. If you have any comments, please do put them below. I really appreciate the comments, and I think everybody who follows me on this channel will appreciate the input. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you very much. Hey, if you enjoyed this, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. All of you that are subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.